the prospect of being unable to pass a budget for next year. The African Union peacekeeping mission in Somalia says it had no part in the arrest of the former number 2 leader of the Al-Shabaab extremist group, who has been a leading candidate for a regional presidency. The statement released overnight calls for utmost restraint after several deaths were reported in the uproar around Mukhtar Robo's arrest on Thursday in Baidoa. He was seized by Ethiopian troops accompanied by Somali police. He was flown to the capital Mogadishu, a Somali intelligence official said. A joint statement by the United States and others expresses concern. Nigeria's military has lifted a suspension of UNICEF's work in the extremist-threatened Northeast after it accused the UN agency for training people for clandestine activities. The new military statement issued overnight said the reversal came after an emergency meeting with UNICEF representatives. The military says it admonished UNICEF against activities that could undermine its efforts against extremist groups like Boko Haram. Military spokesman Onyema Nwachukwu earlier accused UNICEF of harming counter-terror efforts via spurious and unconfirmed allegations of human rights abuses by the military. UNICEF, which focuses on aid to children, has not commented publicly. Nigeria's military is highly sensitive to repeated allegations of rights abuses raised by multiple organizations. Amnesty International Nigeria called the UNICEF suspension part of a wider effort to intimidate international aid groups. Nicaraguan authorities say they have seized the assets of 10 blacklisted organizations, dealing another blow to civil society after months of protests against President Daniel Ortega that were met with a heavy-handed crackdown. Nicaraguan lawmakers allied with Ortega banned the 10 non-governmental organizations critical of the government from legal status earlier in the week, blocking them from operating. The Interior Ministry said in a statement their assets will be put into a fund for the victims of terrorism without elaborating. The government has described the people who took part in mass demonstrations against Ortega over some 8 months, many of which grew violent, as terrorists. Nadia Murad, an Iraqi Yazidi woman held as a sex slave by Islamic State militants, who won this year's Nobel Peace Prize, said she intended to use the prize money to build a hospital for victims of sexual abuse in her hometown. The Yazidi survivor was speaking to a crowd of hundreds in Sinjar, her hometown in northern Iraq. She thanked the Iraqi and Kurdistan governments for agreeing to her plan and said she would be contacting humanitarian organizations soon to start construction. A conservative federal judge in Texas ruled the Affordable Care Act invalid on the eve of the sign-up deadline for next year. But with appeals certain, even the Trump White House said the law will remain in place for now. In a 55-page opinion, U.S. District Judge Reed O'Connor ruled that last year's tax cut bill knocked the constitutional foundation from under Obamacare by eliminating a penalty for not having coverage. He wrote, the rest of the law cannot be separated from that provision and is therefore invalid. Supporters of the law immediately said they would appeal. California Attorney General Xavier Becerra, who is leading a coalition of states defending the ACA, said, today's misguided ruling will not deter us. Our coalition will continue to fight in court for the health and well-being of all Americans. The U.S. Border Patrol says a 7-year-old girl who died while she was in custody appeared to be in good health when she was first detained along a remote stretch of the U.S.-Mexico border. An intake form signed by the girl's father said she was not sick, wasn't sweating, and seemed mentally alert. Immigration officials briefing reporters say the girl's father told officials that she was sick and vomiting when they were on a bus heading to a Border Patrol station. When they arrived 90 minutes later, the girl wasn't breathing. Emergency personnel revived her twice, and she was sent to an El Paso hospital via helicopter at 7:40 a.m. She died December 8th. An autopsy is pending. In New Hampshire, a husband and wife used a messaging system popular in China to entice women to come to U.S. on tourist visas to serve in the sex industry in northern New England, according to court documents. Prosecutors wrote So Chao Li and his wife, Darong Mayo, orchestrated an elaborate scheme involving at least 27 women in hotels and rented houses across Maine, New Hampshire, and Vermont. The pair made their initial appearance in court and will remain detained until their next hearing on Tuesday. The indictment unsealed Thursday upon their arrest indicated the pair arranged for travel for the women and collected proceeds either themselves or through intermediaries. The Catholic Archdiocese of Detroit says it regrets that a priest officiating Addie Teen's funeral questioned whether he would get to heaven after killing himself. Mason Hollyberger's father tells the Detroit Free Press that he asked the priest to stop talking during the December 8th funeral mass. But Jeff Hollyberger says the Reverend Don LaCuesta continued giving a critical sermon at Our Lady of Mount Carmel Church in Temperance. Hollyberger says some mourners left the church crying. The Archdiocese released a statement Thursday saying it is sorry that an unbearable situation was made even more difficult. The Archdiocese says LaCuesta will not preach at funerals for the foreseeable future. 18-year-old Mason died on December 4th. He was an athlete and honors student.
Metro Plus, your radio weather.
Cloudy periods tonight. The minimum temperature tomorrow will be about 18 degrees in the urban areas and a couple of degrees lower in the new territories. Mainly fine and dry during the day with a maximum temperature of around 23 degrees. Moderate north to northeasterly winds, occasionally fresh offshore tomorrow. Relative humidity stands at 77%. For the outlook, mainly fine and dry in the following couple of days, cloudier midweek next week. And that's the weather from your radio, Plus 1044.
Pyrotechnic effects are common in concerts, but be aware that these materials are regulated by the government. Buying them online and using them without authorization are illegal. Improper use may cause burns and fire hazards. You may even be jailed. To use pyrotechnic materials for producing special effects in entertainment programs, you must obtain a permit from the relevant authority, and a qualified special effects operator must be in charge. Also, plan your escape routes. Contact Create Hong Kong to know more.
The government has set up the Do Not Call register. If you do not wish to receive commercial fax messages, short messages, or pre-recorded phone messages, call 1-8350-00 to register your phone or fax numbers. If you again receive these kinds of messages 10 working days after you register, you may report them to the Communications Authority. For more details, please call 2961-6333.
The views expressed within this program are that of the host and their guests and does not necessarily reflect the views of this station, Metro Plus AM 1044.
Hello, guys. Welcome back. Sophie.
So today we have Jing.
Great. Yeah. Okay, I'm Sophie.
Okay, so welcome back to Campus Radio.
So first up, we have a song, DVSL, by the excellent Albert Hammond Jr. Enjoy.
Yeah.
Okay, I hope you enjoyed the song. Honestly, it's like one of my favorite from one of my favorite albums out at the time. So I'd recommend you to go check it out. But moving swiftly onto our first topic, we're going to be discussing what to do on the Christmas holiday if you have one, which hopefully you do.
So, what are you guys doing for starters?
Oh, I'm going to Canada, and I'm going to learn how to be a ski instructor.
Oh, are you going to get a license?
Yeah, so I can get paid.
Get paid?
Nice.
Are you going to teach, like, little kids?
Yeah.
Okay, then.
That's pretty cool.
What about you, Grace?
I'm going to be studying
Yay!
bio and chem.
Woo! Round of applause.
And reading Crime and Punishment.
Lovely. Same.
Okay, so for my Christmas break, I'm going to go to Canada, and I'll be learning how to snowboard and probably ski as well.
Cool.
Well, I know how to ski already, but I'm just going to learn how to snowboard.
Oh my God.
And then come back and study some more.
I tried learning how to snowboard for a week. I was so bad at it. It's really hard.
It's really
looks so
scary.
difficult.
It's really hard.
It's so scary.
Your legs are just tethered to this plank of wood, and you can't separate them. I hate it.
It's just so hard to control.
Yeah, it's actually harder to ride a
is
snowboard
harder.
on flat ground because there's no slope, so there's no direction. So you kind of just have to bounce around and then glide on the flat ground.
There's this saying that snowboarding is hard to learn but easy to master, and skiing is easy to learn but hard to master. Yeah.
Oh, yeah.
I think so too.
I think that applies because oh my God, snowboarding is so hard.
It's really hard to turn. It's very scary.
I always just fall backwards.
Wait, have you snowboarded before?
So I tried learning last year, and I learned for 3 days, and it wasn't really enough, I would say. I could go on greens and stuff, the easy stuff after those 3 days, but it was still really scary to turn. And I can't really go on flat land without taking the strap off, because then I'll just fall.
Yeah.
I hate going on flat.
Have you seen them going on the lift? It's
No.
I fell off.
Yeah, it's just
at the
really
end
hard.
of the lift. When you have to get off on your snowboard, I just sort of got stuck on the slope coming down, and I was just and I fell on the slope because I didn't know how to get off on my board.
Very difficult.
I feel getting up after you fall is
Also
it also
really
looks
hard.
really hard.
Yeah, but the boots are so comfortable.
Yeah.
They don't clunk when you
The
walk.
ski boots are just so
You're
annoying.
have you tried walking up a hill in ski boots? You just have to impale the front.
Impale the front.
Just hope for the
Why
best.
can't they make them nicer?
I don't know. They need to clip.
Yeah,
That's
but
the
you
thing.
can make a softer boot and then just
I don't know, man.
It's
Questions.
really annoying.
Let us know if you.
If you have a solution.
Yeah. Okay. So if you're not going anywhere or if you're not doing anything, you might want to, watch some TV, watch some Netflix. And if so, I've gathered a few suggestions from the Radio Times. And they've recommended some Christmassy movies on Netflix to watch, which may not be the best quality, but,
They're fun to watch.
yeah, exactly. So, first of all, the holiday calendar. So I'm going to read the description and tell me if you'd watch it. So, an appropriately schmaltzy Christmas rom-com about a photographer who inherits an antique advent calendar that seems to be pointing her towards the love of her life.
Firstly, what does schmaltzy mean?
I have no idea.
Let's search it up.
Search it up. Schmaltzy.
What do you watch?
Kind of makes me think of malt.
How do you
drinks.
spell
SCHMALTZY.
Okay, well, as for whether or not I would watch the movie.
Effusively or insincerely emotional.
Insincerely
Okay, so
emotional?
sappy.
Yep.
Okay.
Okay, well,
Sounds bad, but
Yeah, I'm not
I'm
really
all-
into sappy.
I don't know. I mean,
rom-coms.
it might be
depends on my
funny.
mood.
Yeah.
I'm all for a sappy rom-com, if I'm in the mood to watch something dumb.
Yeah.
Sometimes I read trashy, young adult, romance fiction
Oh my
just
gosh.
because it's funny.
You know,
This is
I
like
saw
a
this-
guilty pleasure. Right?
Yeah, it is. Oh, yeah, it's a guilty pleasure, guys, and I'm announcing it on radio. Great.
Congratulations. Be supportive.
Supportive.
Yeah. Also, you know this. I saw this news on my Facebook because Facebook just has the best stream of news ever. About.
Is it reliable though?
Yes, but it's definitely a questionable choice.
Oh.
Basically,
It's just
this
fake news.
Wattpad story
Oh god.
about Harry Styles
Is this a
is being
fanfic?
turned into a movie.
Wait, seriously?
Yeah.
No way. Are they getting Harry
I don't
Styles
know.
to act in it? Because
I
that
don't-
would be
probably
that'd be
not.
so funny.
I feel
Probably
like maybe
not.
they're changing the characters.
But yeah, it looks. I saw the trailer and it just makes me really uncomfortable.
But
It's called
also,
Always
is it
Oh my goodness.
or
is it
After. I don't
50
know.
Shades of Grey, a Twilight fanfic?
Is it?
Yeah, it was.
Yeah.
They adapt. It's it originally was.
No.
Yeah.
Between who? Edward and Jacob? No.
No,
Bella
what
and
does
Edward.
it?
I have no idea.
Wait a second.
I just
low-key
heard.
feel like it's Jacob though, because
That's disgusting.
It's
Ew,
like-
Twilight.
they're werewolves, and aren't they kind of low-key aggressive? Okay, let's not talk about this. Okay, anyway.
Okay, so there's that movie. I don't know if you're into that, you should watch it. Next up, The Princess Switch.
Oh, I heard about
Think
this.
Parent Trap turned bad Netflix Christmas movie. So Vanessa Hudgens plays dual roles in this Christmassy take on the classic rags to riches role reversal story. So basically, I watched it because, I actually have no reason. I just watched it. I can't really
A lot of
explain
free time
myself.
on your hands.
Yeah. I think it was right after I had my physics test, and I was just
Whatever.
really sad to watch that movie. But it's
Did it cheer you up?
yeah, it's so bad, but it's funny. I was in my room just laughing to myself about how stupid it was. Basically, it's about this baker who goes to a baking competition, and there's a princess there who wants to get away from her husband, so they realize that they look exactly the same, so they just do it and then take it from there.
Okay, are they actually related in any way, or do they
It's
just
just Vanessa
happen to look
Hudgens.
exactly the
They
same?
just happen to look exactly the same.
So it's not even the Parent Trap where they're long-lost twins?
At least,
Yeah.
yeah.
They're just
I just-
doppelgangers?
I just have no idea. There's so many plot holes in this movie.
Yeah, I watched the
Twins?
trailer for it. It looks so bad.
Not
Who
even
knows?
twins. Also, I heard there were a lot of editing mistakes in there, and there's
Probably.
screenshots of these shots where they don't edit Vanessa Hudgens' face into the other twin.
What, really?
It's in the background or something. It's just kind of weird.
Oh my gosh. But I don't know. I think you guys should watch it. It's really funny. It's so bad. It's a must watch. Definitely up there. A blockbuster movie.
Yeah. I'll watch it if I'm ever feeling
Yeah.
in the mood to watch a bad movie just
Yeah.
to
Oh
laugh.
gosh.
Definitely you should.
Emoji movie.
Oh my god, I love that movie. I'm not going to disclose whether that was sarcasm or not. I was just saying, it was really funny.
Bad funny or
Bad funny. Also, in the cinema, there's me, my cousin, some kids and their parents, and then some 30-year-olds who just went to troll. It was the weirdest selection of people I've ever seen, and only 12 seats were filled, but everyone was ah ha ha, every time a joke was made, and at the end people were just clapping.
Oh my God.
What? It was
That sounds like a great atmosphere.
it was really something.
One of my friends wrote a very, very long rant on the Emoji movie. I don't know if you've seen
Out
it.
of faith.
Yeah, it was
Yeah.
Faith.
Yeah.
And she wrote this huge rant on the
yeah.
Emoji movie.
I
And
wrote a review.
it was just so funny to read though, because she was criticizing the jokes and just the whole plot.
She
was
commented on my review of the movie. I wrote a satire styled review on Facebook 2 years ago, and she's
goodness.
very nice. I'm approval, hey, Film HL.
Just, Film HL.
Okay, next up, A Christmas Prince, The Royal Wedding. Okay, so this is a sequel to the first one, which is called A Christmas Prince, and Netflix's supremely cheesy, under-the-radar hit is back for a sequel and a royal wedding. that gives literally no context.
Is that the
That's
the
it.
summary?
I think they're assuming that you've watched the first movie.
I haven't.
That's a really
Yeah.
bold assumption to make. I haven't heard of the Christmas Prince.
I've never heard
Based
of
on the
that.
title, sounds promising.
It sounds like another cheesy
Yeah,
like,
it sounds
thing.
awful.
Okay, watch it be about some girl who just like somehow rags to riches and
yeah,
ends up in like
actually.
with this like,
Like,
weird
so-
prince.
yeah.
And then they get married in the second movie, a royal wedding.
Yeah. You just got the whole film down.
Was it
Good job.
actually?
Okay, so if you don't have Netflix or you don't really have time for this
Garbage.
garbage, actually though,
For these gems.
you should learn a language. Yeah.
I can barely speak English and Chinese properly.
Just start learning a language. For example, I recommend Duolingo because
Oh,
currently I'm using it to learn Norwegian. And I mean, I'm not great, but I'm getting there. That's all that matters.
So, how much progress do you think you've made?
like what percentage? Because they tell you how many, like how much percent.
I think I'm
fluent
like
you are.
5.
That's pretty
That's a
good.
pretty solid.
Wait, let me double check that. Wait
Gotta
a
double check
second.
your Duolingo.
Yeah, I tried Duolingo last
For what?
summer for. I think this was right after I quit
Where do they say the
French.
percent?
So
Can you
I
find the
wanted to
percent?
continue doing it, so it wasn't like
Oh, I
I
see.
don't know where.
You know they have 2 fictional languages on
don't know where-
Duolingo.
like Klingon.
They have like one from Games of Thrones and I think one from
Games of Thrones.
I
Yeah,
don't know where it says
Star Trek.
how-
Okay.
Mm.
I've learned a fair amount.
Yeah. But then I stopped using Duolingo and I got like 20 emails from the owl.
Oh
Like,
god.
yeah. It's like,
Getting harassed.
yeah. Telling me to do my Duolingo.
I have no
Like,
commitment.
Doing Duolingo
I just
streak.
cannot like commit to.
I don't know. It
Duolingo.
like makes me feel so satisfied when I like complete the level. I don't know. I think it's just a great thing to do if you have like time on your hands. Just learn a language. Like I deleted all my social media and I'll just like go into all my Google Chrome if I really need to. But like there was a period of time where I had nothing to do and I just like go on Duolingo. So yeah, I don't know.
social media cleanse.
I'd recommend that.
That's good though. Like I did that for like a week, and it was quite nice.
Also, if you have time, catch up on some work. You'll feel better after you've done it.
Yeah.
Yep. Can't wait. Very exciting.
600 pages of Crime and Punishment.
Lovely. And last but not least, socialize with your friends and family. Go outside. Explore.
Yeah, no.
Find new restaurants or
Or
hiking trails.
Yeah. I really want to go to those outlying islands in Hong Kong,
Oh,
like Cheung
yeah.
Chau and like Llama Island.
have you ever been?
I have, but it was like a while
So
ago.
long
I haven't
ago,
gone
right?
in the
Yeah.
recent years.
In the recent
Same.
years. I haven't been to Cheung Chau
Cheung
in
Chau
so
Island.
long.
Yeah, right?
Yeah, I heard the food was pretty good there.
Like the seafood.
The seafood.
Yeah.
Okay.
Gotta fix your mic.
Yeah. It's okay. Okay. So, what are your favorite movies in general? Like, do you have a top 3? Because
How about let's do top 3 Christmas movies,
Mm.
just to
Okay.
make it more.
Okay.
Or top 3 is a lot. I don't know if I know 3
Okay, I don't
Christmas
even know if
movies.
Elf, hands down.
Okay.
Actually, no.
true,
Actually, no.
true.
Charlie Brown Christmas.
Hmm.
And then
Oh,
Elf.
Nightmare Before Christmas. Is that a Christmas?
I
I
haven't
think
seen
so. I think it is. I think it
Yeah.
sort of is. It's like a fusion. It's like a blend of different
That's a
holidays.
good movie.
I watched this movie, you know, I think, what was it? Like Rise of the Guardians or something.
Oh.
Like, was it?
I didn't like.
I don't remember the.
With the Tooth Fairy?
Yeah,
and Jack Frost.
yeah, Jack
and
Frost.
Sandman.
I really
stuff.
liked that movie for some reason. Like, I watched it on the plane, like, to Canada, like, a few years ago, like, 3 times, and then I watched it 3 times on the way back. So I just really liked that movie. But, like, I don't even remember how it goes now, but I remember watching it so much. and it was just really nice.
I have a lot of movies on my like top general movie list. Bless you.
Thank you.
First up, definitely like Sing Street. It's this movie about this like these kids in Ireland in the 80s, and they're like forming a band, and it's like really stupid, but it's like, I don't know, it just has a good soundtrack, and it's like, I don't know, I've watched it like maybe 6 times now, like in the last year.
Oh.
Yeah. So it's good. It's good. I don't know. It's just a really good pick-me-up movie. Besides that, Monty Python and the Holy Grail.
Oh, yeah.
It's hilarious. Definitely
I've
a classic.
never watched that.
It's just about these like knights that like go on a quest, and they're just really stupid.
There's
It's
like
really
idiots.
funny. It's
Yeah.
so funny. And then I guess kind of like Blades of Glory. It's about these 2 ice skaters who get kicked out of the single skating competitions, and they're like enemies in the ice skating world, but they have to like to keep their careers alive. They have to do they have to compete in like duets. You know the ice skating terminology, like 2 people dances. And basically like it's just really funny because they're like polar opposites. And then
Did they fall in love?
no.
Dang it.
And then yeah, I don't know, like I just really like funny movies.
Yeah.
I
Like
watched.
comedies.
Yeah, definitely.
Remember? So we watched this movie in Hangzhou called Blended.
oh my
Like,
god,
It
yeah.
was this comedy movie about.
Kind of like We're the Millers.
Yeah, it's like these 2 like
Oh.
divorced like people, like a woman and a man, and then they sort of like meet each other, and they somehow end up going on a trip together with like their kids, and then like eventually like they fall in love. But it's just really really funny.
It's really funny.
Like they're like really
Okay.
bad jokes, but it's just so funny. Yeah.
Besides comedies, I really love like horror movies, but not only really
No, I hate horror movies.
not only horrors, like thrillers, like
No.
psychological thrillers,
No.
like
Oh, yeah.
like Shutter Island or Sounds of the Lambs.
Yeah.
Like they're
That's a good movie.
so interesting. Like have you seen Shutter Island?
No, I haven't seen Shutter Island. but-
Okay, you really should. It's about this detective that goes to investigate this like this. Oh my god, I haven't seen it in a really long time. This kind of like asylum on this island, hence Shutter Island, and it's just like really dark. Dude, I can't say anything without spoiling.
Yeah, it's
Just
okay.
trust me on this. You need to watch it. It's like Inception-ish. Yeah.
Okay.
Yeah.
Okay. If I have time.
I don't know. Horror movies, some of them are, they're really bad though. I feel like.
Yeah,
Like, they
just
tend to
use
be
jump
not that
scares
great.
to
Most
scare.
movies.
I get scared so easily, so I just don't even touch horror.
The scariest horror movie, Hereditary. It's absolutely terrifying. Like, oh my gosh. It's like the horror movies that like get you scared in daylight, like without music, without like all those like kind of special effects. Like that's super effective. Like it's one thing to be scared from like jump scares in the night with like tons of music and like
Yeah.
flashy cuts. But it's another thing to be scared like in daylight with nothing.
Just
Yeah.
thinking about the movie? Like when do you think about the movie and then get like super scared?
Yes, but besides that, I watched a horror TV show called Haunting of Hill House on Netflix. It was really scary, so scary that now I can't walk from my bedroom to my kitchen in pitch
Oh,
black.
God.
Like I used to be able to just fumble my way through the hallway and just like get a snack and then go back. But now I have to like turn all the lights on because I just keep on like getting paranoid, and it's oh my gosh, it's such a scary
Why
like
would
TV
you
show.
subject yourself to that?
Because it's funny.
Yeah, I love watching horror movies with a lot of people.
Yeah,
like in Hangzhou
yeah,
when
exactly.
they play like horror movies in the library and
It's
they're just
so
be like
funny.
I was just
everyone's screaming.
like somebody forced me to go with them, and I just sat there and I just covered my ears and I closed my eyes the whole time. It's just bad.
I don't
Such
find
a
them scary
nice
when I'm watching.
atmosphere though. It's so fun.
It's kind of fun though
Yeah.
because everyone's
Yeah.
like getting scared together.
It's funny in a cinema because everybody screams at like these really insignificant parts, and you can just like laugh at them.
I just don't watch horror movies. It's not my thing, but I see why people enjoy it.
I don't know.
Yeah.
Horror and comedy are my top two genres.
I really like historical type movies.
I like those two.
Soon we have the weather and government announcement, and coming up the next song, which is ding.
Sunshine by Sia from her Christmas album.
Yeah.
Enjoy.
Metro Plus, your radio weather.
Cloudy periods tonight. The minimum temperature tomorrow will be about 18 degrees in the urban areas and a couple of degrees lower in the new territories. Mainly fine and dry during the day with a maximum temperature of around 23 degrees. Moderate north to northeasterly winds, occasionally fresh offshore tomorrow. Relative humidity stands at 77%. For the outlook, mainly fine and dry in the following couple of days, cloudier midweek next week. And that's the weather from your radio, plus 1044.
A bit of convenience for you could mean big trouble for others. It's not right to leave bicycles on narrow streets, at school entrances, or in emergency access points. There are good cycle tracks and bike parking facilities around Hong Kong. Make better use of them to create a bicycle-friendly environment together. Visit Cycling Information Centre website of the Transport Department for more details.
My sweet, I know that you feel weak, my sweet. I swear you got the speed, my love. I know that it's been tough, my love. I know you've had it rough. Tell me your secrets tonight. I'll take them with me and I'll get the house working on them in the workshop. We'll take your problems apart.
So now we're going to be talking about this new thing on the interwebs called age fluidity or trans age. So it's basically this kind of...
What is it, Jing?
So let me pull up the definition according to Tumblr or something.
Oh, of course,
because so
Tumblr.
reliable.
There's some reliable
That's
stuff
perfect.
right there. But so apparently an age fluid or trans age definition is a person whose age identity is not fixed and changes over time or depending on a situation. So already we
Like
can
their
see,
age?
yeah, so like for example, if some
Hold
40-year-old
on.
man is just like, I feel like I'm 12, so I'm
Dude.
going to identify as 12.
Oh my god, I watched this documentary about this like 50-something-year-old man who like identifies as a 6-year-old girl, and he was
Oh
adopted by
my
a
gosh.
family who treats him as a 6-year-old
Oh
girl.
my
and
gosh,
it's
that's so
weird.
disgusting.
Okay,
I
okay.
watched a similar video, like this documentary about this like random like 40-year-old girl that just like pretends she's like a baby.
Oh
And-
wait, I think I've seen that as well. I don't know. I have some weird
Of course
videos.
you have. Yeah, same. And she like dresses up as a toddler, and her boyfriend's like, I don't know why Sarah is like still on this page.
Oh wait, no. Okay,
Is this
never
My
mind.
Strange Addiction
I
or
don't.
something?
I actually have no idea. And she's like,
That
has like
just sounds
she
kind
has
of
like
whack.
pacifiers and bibs, and she's like, this is who I am.
Okay, wait. I think I might be. It
And
might
then
be a different one because
also-
in the one I watched, her boyfriend's like really into it, and it's really
Oh,
weird.
goodness.
He like, it's really weird.
Also, there's one about this group of people that just like pretend that they're horses, and they just like
Oh my gosh!
jump
Oh my gosh!
around.
I've seen this, and they have like the harnesses
like, the
and the stuff, right?
harnesses.
And then there's like, it's just
That's
so
attachable tails. And they're like,
and they're like, and they kind of just like cosplay as horses, and they kind of just like,
and they have like whip, and they're just.
and then there's like a carriage, and then like the person's like in front,
It's
just
so
like pretending to be a
strange, man.
horse.
Wait, why?
Because they just do
It's
it. They
like
have like
crazy
this,
cult.
like horse meetup. Like
But it's like a, it's not like a thing that they do all the time, right?
I don't know.
It's just like a one-time thing.
it's
where
like
they,
character.
I have
Okay.
no idea. It's kind of like
So they don't like identify as horses. Or anything.
Hopefully not.
Okay. Okay.
we're gonna
Wait
have
a
some
few
problems
years,
if
and
they
that's what's
do.
gonna happen.
So yeah.
Okay,
We're actually gonna
moving
have some
on.
problems. Okay, well, I was going to talk about why this can't be a thing. So physically, it's not possible for you to identify as a different age. Like, if I'm a 40-year-old man, there's like no way I can be 3. Okay, I don't
Yeah.
look 3, and time, it's like a measurable thing. It's like you
Yeah,
know,
exactly. Like your bone development. Your,
yeah,
like,
it's just not
psychological,
You cannot
like,
just you just
state of mind.
age is not a mental construct.
Age is a number.
It's a number.
Yeah.
Like it's a physical thing, you know? So firstly, you can't do that. And then second, like kind of like the implications of this, like why this should not be a thing in the first place, it's dangerous. Like I could be like a 40-year-old man and be like, "Oh, like I'm 12. Like
Yeah.
let me like
Oh, yeah,
start dating
that's
this
really weird,
girl."
yeah.
You know? Like it just like like I heard some like
it could work both ways. Like really like vulnerable like kids could just like say, "Oh, I'm like 40." Like
Yeah.
like so it's okay if I like go meet this older guy because I'm his age. Like it's
just weird.
really
So I
dangerous.
saw some criticism about how like it's basically like paving the way for like pedophiles, and just like there are also like it's just kind of it's just dangerous, you know.
Not a good idea.
And also like there are age restrictions placed on society because, you know, like for example, having sex at 16 is a restriction put into place because, you know, at that age we are supposed to be like mature enough and like, you know, like old enough to think things for ourselves and like,
Make
you know,
rational
be safe, you know, that kind of thing. But like there are reasons why these restrictions are put into place. But if you can like just be like, I'm
tiptoe
you
around
know,
them, like.
And also, you just can't change your like identity like card, you know, like your ID card, like your
Oh,
birthday
true.
is like literally the same.
True.
Like you just can't change your age. And also like just there are reasons why we have restrictions. And if you're going to pretend like you're a different age, that's just, you know, it's not safe for anybody. I feel
think
like.
the documentary I watched, or not documentary, this like video I watched, the guy wasn't really like he wasn't a pedophile, like he wasn't doing it to be a pedophile, but I feel like he was doing it to like escape his like adult responsibilities. Like
Mm.
he didn't want to like have to work and like have to earn money and like
pay
support
taxes.
himself. Like he just wanted to be a kid.
That's kind of
forever,
a
which
big
is like,
mood. It's kind of relatable in a sense.
But also it's like so
It's so weird.
it's like
you know?
irresponsible, I guess. Especially
Yeah.
especially if I don't know if he has a family or not, but if he had a family, like that'd be so irresponsible.
Also, like, your maturity level would be just so much higher than like a 6-year-old. Like, I don't think I could pretend to be a 6-year-old. Like, how do you even pretend to be a 6-year-old? Like,
Just dumb yourself down.
but it's just, how can you live like that, you know? It's just kind of like, you know?
Very strange.
But then there are also people who are like, oh, if they're not harming anyone, just let them do it. Like they're not like directly harming anyone. They're not like.
No, but if they're like just neglecting like any sense of responsibility, like they don't work, they don't like, I guess, contribute to society. It's just like
They're also forcing people around them to take care of them.
negative externality.
So, like, not only are they, like, just, like, you know, it's weird in the first place, but they're also making their, like, family just, like, take care of them because you want to, you know, you want to identify as a 6-year-old, even though you're, like, 50 or something. Like, I just feel like it should not be a thing. And I also heard this other thing where they're trying to, like, link up with the LGBTQ plus community. And, like, honestly, that's just kind of, like, invalidating all the other causes that really need support of the people.
Yeah, like
because,
sexuality,
yeah,
identity.
because this is not a problem of identity. It's, like,
I think like there's like a line.
yeah,
and
that's
it.
That's just
This is
crossing a
it.
line. Like,
This is it.
you're like, if you like want to associate with that community, you're like undermining the efforts of like all the other like people like
Yeah,
that
exactly.
actually need
Like
this kind of support.
and yeah.
Yeah.
This is just wrong.
I also heard about like trans race, like people who
Oh yeah,
like
yeah.
identify
as another race.
Like if I identified as like white or
Yeah.
black.
I mean, like,
yeah, I saw that.
ethnically, like, we're Asian, but like I feel like ethnically and like nationality, it's like two different things. You know, nationality is like your passport.
Yeah,
And
but
then-
is that something that you should be allowed, that people
I
should
don't-
be allowed to do? Like if you're, let's
Like-
say a Chinese woman and you like believe in your heart that you're,
ethnically white.
yeah,
Mm,
should you be allowed to just like,
say you're white?
Mm,
How can you feel
kinda,
white?
like, weird.
Like, you know how people are like, I feel this, therefore I am this? Like, okay, for
You
like,
can't really feel like a certain race.
yeah, you can't feel like a race. Like, the same concept with age. Like, you can't really feel like you're 3. Like, the people are, like, what is feeling like 3 like? The people around you treat you like you're 3? I feel like if you feel like you're 3, it should be like, it's kind of like a social
I
construct.
feel like feeling like you're a different age makes more sense than feeling like you're a different race.
Yeah.
That's
because-
true, though. Like,
By
They're
saying,
both weird.
they're both weird, but, like,
does that
one of
mean
them
you
makes a bit more sense.
identify with the racial stereotypes that that race might have, or do you just feel like your
But like, why
skin
do you
should
like?
be a different
Why do you have
color?
to like state that you feel like a different race? Like, why can't you just feel like whatever your personality is? You know?
That's true. Why do you have to feel like a race? Like,
Yeah.
what's
What
the
is
race?
that? Yeah.
Like, if I feel white, does that mean I eat like spaghetti or something? Like, what? That's just not.
Yeah, but also, yeah, trans race seems like less of
Less
an
like.
issue than trans age. I feel like it brings less danger.
Okay,
Like, 'cause
trans.
I feel like
yeah.
if I say, oh yeah, I'm white, that doesn't really harm anyone else, whereas
Yeah.
trans age.
Yeah, exactly.
I mean, like, it might be offensive, but trans age is actually, I feel like it could be
Problematic.
dangerous.
Yeah.
So, like, I get what they mean, like, when you feel a different age, but I feel like it's like if you identify as a different age, it gets kind of weird. And also, like, what do you mean by feeling a different age? Is this also like the level of maturity you're supposed to like? Again, it's like kind of like perspective, you know? I feel like it's like a social kind
like
of thing.
Grace said, I feel like it's like definitely for most people like who are like that, like a form of escape. Like
Yeah.
just like
Yeah.
like putting yourself in the mindset where you literally had no responsibilities and just like saying, oh, like this is who I am now. Like, I don't have to do anything, and I don't have to feel bad for not doing anything, you know?
Yeah.
I wish.
Do you
Yeah,
want to talk about the table talk soon?
Okay.
Yeah,
Sure.
So, yeah, we're going to move on to a different topic, but
Some nice
yeah.
conversation will sprout from these topics for sure.
for sure.
Okay, so these are just some table topics, some like conversation starters.
hmm
So, when was the first time you tried something new?
The first time?
Wait, the
What was-
first time you tried something
Sorry,
new?
when was the last time you
Okay,
tried
okay.
something new? Is what I meant to say.
Yesterday,
What?
crocheting.
Crocheting. Oh, is that just knitting but with one?
It's knitting with like a
No.
hook needle. Yeah, it's just one.
Okay.
Yeah, it's really hard. It's so hard. It's so time consuming and like intricate. Actually, this was knit by the producer here.
Yeah. So this is
Very
knit by
beautiful.
our.
Some inspiration to take
Yeah.
up this hobby.
It's a very nice
I actually love crocheting.
knitting thing.
Caitlin, my friend, and I now have like 6 balls of yarn.
I have no
I don't know what
patience
to do with
knit.
it.
It's kind of like those like really therapeutic, like mindless tasks that like it's because it's like you don't really have you just like keep doing it. It's like a pattern. You just keep doing it. It's like super therapeutic.
Exactly.
Yeah.
So that was the last time I tried something new. What about you guys?
I don't know. I'll think about it. Grace, you first. I have
What did I do
nothing.
today. The last time I tried. Oh, I went to Mama yesterday.
Was that new for you?
Yeah, I've never been to a
Mama?
K-pop concert,
Oh, that's
so it was
cool.
like really weird.
How was it?
It was really interesting. Yeah, because a friend Yule had like free tickets.
Oh my gosh.
Why did he have free tickets?
Yeah.
His parents know like
Oh,
know people. I
they
don't
pulled
know.
some strings.
Yeah, so we went as like Act 6. We went together. It was really cool. It was like because I've never seen people like the K-pop stars dance live.
Like live. Wow.
It was really
that must have been
interesting
so
to
surreal.
see that. Yeah,
Were they really good?
they were pretty good.
Were you like starstruck? Like, whoa.
I was really impressed. Yeah, because their performances were pretty long, so they all had to sing and dance for like.
Good.
Were they like actually singing?
Tw-
Like you would have
I
heard
think
them
some
like
of them are
panting.
Yeah, I think some definitely did sing for real,
But
but
honestly, like that's fine.
I don't know.
It's
if-
fine.
If they're
It's
delivering
very
like a really
entertaining.
great like dance, like
Yeah.
it's all right. Like people have heard your song before. Like
Yeah.
you can focus on the dance.
I feel
Yeah.
like the live entertaining is much more like important. Like it doesn't matter. I mean, like it does matter if your singing is kind of off, but then like if like you
It
know,
depends on what you're like.
style
like-
style depends on the
Depends
style
on
of the
like what
song.
you're like putting
Trying to
yourself out.
achieve.
Yeah, like if you are more of like a vocalist,
Yeah,
then
exactly.
Yeah.
I think you have to actually sing at your performances.
also depends on the song.
But I feel like like the K-pop groups that we saw, they were more like entertainers, performers, rather than vocalists.
Yeah,
So I think it's okay in that
whole
case.
different type of show.
Yeah.
What about you, Jing?
Yesterday. Okay, so yesterday I went to the AIA Carnival.
Oh,
And then I got the first time I went on this ride called the Atmosphere, like FEAR.
oh,
Like I've done something similar before, like the Flash, but I've never done like that specific ride because like in Ocean Park, like the Flash just takes you around like that.
Oh,
And then-
it's the thing that just like goes upside down. Oh,
which
yeah.
is like kind of scary, and I vowed like I was like never gonna do that again. But then like yesterday I went on this
Was it
ride.
fun?
More or less, I was like all right, but the thing is like unlike the Flash, this one like kind of like jerks around and just goes like it jolts around. and
dragon.
so like not only does it spin you upside down, but it also like kind of like jolts you
For
around
people
while you're doing
who
it.
may not be from Hong Kong,
Okay.
these rides are like
From
just
Ocean Park.
From Ocean Park, which
So
is like our
the
theme
Flash
park.
is, for reference, it's like this ride that you kind of just sit and
It
like
spins
it
and goes
spins
upside down.
And it goes upside down, yeah.
Yeah.
So you like do a
Very
full like 360 in the air. But basically after that ride, I got off and my head hurts so much. So like it was like kind of fun, but then while I was on the ride, like there was just so much like blood and like pressure in my head, and like that it just hurt so much. And then I was screaming the entire time, and my eyes were just closed. I was like,
Yeah, for me, roller coasters don't scare me that much, but
Yes.
I like ironically the scariest ride I've ever been on was this like super sketchy at the super sketchy like theme park in China. And it wasn't a scary ride. It was, Haidao Chuan, like those like pirate
those
ships
like
that-
pirate
they
ships.
don't even go upside down. They just go like this.
I love
And that was the scariest thing I've ever been
Really?
on because with
Why?
like roller coasters, I know I'm safe because the seat belts are so secure.
Yeah.
So even if you're going upside down, I'm like okay with that because I'm like I'm not gonna fall out. But that pirate ship thing had like just a metal bar and it went like 180 and I was so scared.
they have that in Ocean Park
so
too.
Scary.
Yeah, but Ocean Park, it's like not bad.
I don't know.
Were you
That one
also scared because it was China as well? Like,
No,
you were
it
like,
wasn't. It had nothing to do with that. It was just like it went up. Like I felt my butt like
Those are like
sliding
my
off the seat.
favorite
And I was,
types
like,
of rides.
grabbing
I
on
love
for dear
those.
life.
I've never taken the Abyss.
Yeah,
It's like I've never
I'll
taken
go
that.
on any roller coaster, like
But
literally
that
any
one.
roller coaster but that one.
Because it's a huge drop,
I
and
just
I
don't
hate
like
that
that.
feeling
Oh,
so
yeah.
much. Like, I get what you mean though by the boat one.
Yeah.
Because like it's like not as safe, and also
know.
you feel the same
Like,
feeling.
yeah, I
you
feel
the
like
drop.
it's more
you feel
fun
your butt
in the-
leaving the seat. And that's like
I-
the main issue.
In the boat ones, I always like stand up at the top, and it's like wee,
Oh,
go back down.
God.
But like, I just won't go on the Abyss.
Yeah, I would just never take that ride.
Like when it stops up there, I just look down and like, oh my god, please, like I don't want to do this.
Yeah, there's like a similar ride, but like it's like the kid version in Ocean Park, like the Froggy Drop.
I love the
Have you
Froggy
ever taken
Hopper.
that?
Yes.
So
They only have one adult seat now,
I used to take
so
that.
you can't go on with your friends. So only
Weren't
one
there-
person can
weren't
sit.
there- Wasn't that always the case? Just one.
Yeah, but
adult
I used
seat?
to go in. I used to be able to go in the child
Oh
one.
yeah.
So I used to go on that one, and that one just like freaked me out so much. Like even though the drop is like literally 2 meters.
That was like my favorite one, dude.
I
Like
went with my mom. It was so funny. She was just sitting there with like a bunch of kids, and it was like me.
I
And
feel
then
like
just photos.
I
of
feel
her.
like if it didn't stop at the top, then I would do it. I just feel like I hate
It
that
just,
like
went up
that.
and down.
Yeah, if it just like went up and straight back down, like I would do it because like you don't have that like point in time where you're just like thinking about what's gonna come next and you can't do anything about it. Like that's the same with all roller coasters. Like it just all happens at once and it's just like really exhilarating. You don't really think about what's going on. But in the Abyss, like it stops and you actually like look down. No, I can't. Like it's not a blur. It's like
I was like
Yeah.
low key regretting my decision of getting on the ride, and also like before the ride yesterday, like my seat thing wouldn't go all the way down, so I was kind of like freaking out. And then the attendant came over and I was like, "Can you push this down like really, really, really tight? Because like I don't want to fall out." So yeah, that was a new thing I did.
have you been on like one of those crazy water slides? You know the videos that are on YouTube of like those like
Oh, where you, like,
see-through
stand
water
in the
slides and you
tube and,
stand.
like,
Like Perry the Platypus when he goes to the
Oh yeah.
special lab.
Yeah, I've seen the videos. I've
You know
never
what I
been on
mean?
those, though.
When Perry like
Yeah. When he just goes. Yeah.
he like puts on the hat.
Yeah.
Oh, they're coming out with a live action movie of Kim Possible.
Impossible.
Yeah.
Can we go
Wait,
watch
let's
that?
talk about that.
We'll talk about that soon.
Yeah,
But I'm
5 seconds. Love Kim Possible so much. Love the Mole Rat. Okay, enjoy the news break. If you want to hear about
Wait,
Kim
we gotta
Possible
keep talking.
and
There's
have
one more minute.
fun with
So, who was your favorite
It.
character?
in the
Kim Possible.
Kim Possible.
oh, definitely not Kim Possible. I feel like
I
the
feel like no one
rat.
ever likes the main character.
The rat, definitely the rat or the blonde guy.
Ron Stoppable.
Ron, yeah,
Ron,
Ron.
yeah.
Ron.
Stoppable.
Their names are so funny.
Kim Possible.
What icons?
Iconic couple, you know? Oof.
Aren't they just like friends?
I think they're No, they're a thing.
Wait a
They
second.
were a thing.
Really?
I swear.
We can search that up during
She's
the
nodding.
news break.
They were a thing.
They were a thing.
Even our
Same thing as like
hostess,
Phineas and the Isabel.
No, they officially got together.
I know. You know when they grew up, they just still had like triangle head. Like it was just like
Oh yeah.
Isabella looks like a spoon.
Okay, well, we'll be coming in with the
More cool cartoon talks after the break.
Yep.
Yes.
Bye.
Bye. Have fun.
This is Metro Plus, a service of Metro Broadcast. Now the news with Jeanette Gaius.
Police arrested 3 people after at least 11 died of suspected food poisoning following a ceremony to celebrate the construction of a new Hindu temple in southern India. Police officer Musharraf said that more than 136 people were recovering from poisoning in various hospitals in Chamarajnagar district of Karnataka state. The area is 180 kilometers south of Bangalore, the state capital. Musharraf said the Hindu devotees ate contaminated cooked vegetables and rice on Friday. They immediately started vomiting, complained of severe stomach pain, and were taken to nearby hospitals. Musharraf said 8 of those hospitalized were in critical condition. He said 3 members of the temple's management have been arrested and samples of the food sent for chemical analysis. The United States has ordered non-emergency government employees and family members to leave Congo as a major election approaches and armed groups remain a concern. A new advisory urges Americans not to travel to eastern Congo and the Kasai provinces because of conflict. It says many cities experience sometimes violent demonstrations, and the government has responded with heavy-handed tactics that have resulted in civilian casualties and arrests. Congo holds a long-delayed presidential election on December 23rd. Rights groups and others have reported campaign-related deaths in the past week. In the capital, Kinshasa, thousands of voting machines were destroyed in a fire that the government said could be criminal in nature. The U.S. notes extremely limited infrastructure outside Kinshasa, posing a challenge as Congo uses the machines for the first time. Somalia saw a 3rd day of protests over the arrest of the former number 2 leader of the Al-Shabaab extremist group who has been a leading candidate for a regional presidency. Officials said at least 8 people have been killed so far as angry supporters take to the streets and clash with police. The African Union peacekeeping mission in Somalia, in a statement released overnight, called for utmost restraint after the gunfire-fueled uproar around Mokhtar Robo's arrest on Thursday in Baidoa, and it denied playing any role. His arrest is seen as high-profile test of Somalia's treatment of defectors from the Al-Qaeda-linked Al-Shabaab, Africa's most active extremist group. Somalia's government welcomed the defection last year by Al-Shabaab's former spokesman, but not his popular candidacy to lead Southwest State, which took some officials by surprise. Nicaraguan authorities say they have seized the assets of 10 blacklisted organizations, dealing another blow to civil society after months of protests against President Daniel Ortega that were met with a heavy-handed crackdown. Nicaraguan lawmakers allied with Ortega banned the 10 non-governmental organizations critical of the government from legal status earlier in the week, blocking them from operating. The Interior Ministry said in a statement their assets will be put into a fund for the victims of terrorism without elaborating. The government has described the people who took part in mass demonstrations against Ortega over some 8 months, many of which grew violent, as terrorists. Australian Prime Minister Scott Morrison announced that Australia has decided to formally recognize West Jerusalem as Israel's capital, but won't move its embassy until there's a peace settlement between Israel and Palestinians. He said in a speech that Australia will recognize East Jerusalem as the capital only after a settlement has been reached on a 2-state solution. He said the Australian embassy won't be moved from Tel Aviv until such time. While the embassy move is delayed, Morrison said his government will establish a defense and trade office in Jerusalem and will also start looking for an appropriate site for the embassy.
Metro Plus, your radio weather.
Cloudy periods tonight. The minimum temperature tomorrow will be about 18 degrees in the urban areas and a couple of degrees lower in the new territories. Mainly fine and dry during the day with a maximum temperature of around 23 degrees. Moderate north to northeasterly winds, occasionally fresh offshore tomorrow. Relative humidity stands at 77%. For the outlook, mainly fine and dry in the following couple of days, cloudier midweek next week. And that's the weather from your radio, plus 1044.
Employers and foreign domestic helpers should respect each other and observe their obligations to build a positive and long-lasting relationship. Employers should pay full wages on time, provide a return air ticket when the contract ends, and should not withhold a helper's passport. Helpers are entitled to 1 rest day per week, statutory holidays, annual leave, and insurance protection. For inquiries, call the Labour Department hotline on 2717-1771.
Welcome back, guys.
Welcome back.
Yes, welcome back.
So
Hope you learned a lot of things in the news break.
Yep.
If you're feeling stressed right now, or you know that you're going to be feeling stressed later on, we're going to be here to teach you some ways how to de-stress yourself. And we're going to be practicing right now live
meditation.
Pick up your phone, computer, or get out your car and open the thing on a device. And
Yeah, maybe don't do this if you're driving.
Yeah, please
No,
don't.
hey, don't do it if you're driving.
Lie down in your bed and just get ready. We're going to give you a
We're
bit
gonna
of
teach you how to
time.
feel some sensations.
Yeah, do you want to kickstart? Do
Wait, meditation, guys.
you want to kickstart?
So
and then
we're-
I'll
okay.
take it. And then
We're going to take 10 deep breaths to get in
take
the
10,
mood.
take 10,
Take 10, okay?
Find awareness of your breath. Total awareness in your breathing. Notice the inhale. Notice the exhale.
So
Begin
we're
to
going
feel the
to count to
belly
5 for the inhale. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. Breathe in through your mouth and out through your nose. Or is it the other way around?
Yeah, begin to feel the belly expand with each inhale.
Okay. Go ahead, Grace. I will continue. Where is it?
I don't know.
Where are you right now?
Like line 2.
Okay. Feel the belly contract with each exhale. Feel the breath come in through the nostrils and filling the lungs. Feel the breath exiting through the nostrils as the lungs deflate. Relax the breath. Relax the breath. Find a feeling of happiness in the body. Feel the heaviness. Feel each part of your body, from the toes to the top of the head, become heavy. You are so heavy, no fat shaming, that you sink into the floor. Find that awareness. Feel the heaviness.
Oh, what?
Long pause. Okay, you're next. You're next. No, you're next. Go. Grace.
Now become aware of the lightness in the body. Awaken that lightness in each part of the body, from the top of the head to the tips of the toes. Every part of the body is light and weightless. The body becomes so light that it might float off the floor. Be aware of this lightness. Feel this lightness. Okay, I think we're done.
Nope. Jing needs to take the wheel.
my
She has
God.
not.
Oh my gosh,
They're
okay.
still in their bed relaxing.
Sorry. Which page?
I don't know.
Which
Grace,
area?
where did you end? Oh, after the lightness.
It's
After
just like
the
feel
lightness.
that cold or something.
The cold.
Now, turn to the feeling of heat.
Ew. Talk normally. Ew. Please.
Okay. Find that experience of heat all over the body. Imagine a hot, humid day.
Ew.
No wind. The sun beating on your skin.
Beat.
Imagine sitting in a sauna, warm steam rising and filling the air with heat. Be hot. Feel the heat.
Heat.
Be aware
Aware.
of the heat.
Okay, Jing.
Okay,
Where
thank
are you? Where are you? Where are
thank
you?
you
Wait,
for
shh, shh,
joining us.
Now
in this
move
meditation.
into the experience of pain. Concentrate on the feeling of pain. Emotional pain. IB. Physical pain. Sports and games. Become aware of the pain. Sit with this feeling of pain. Now, bring in the feeling of pleasure. Completely submerge yourself in pleasure. Revive any past experience of pleasure, either physical or mental. Be in that moment. Feel the pleasure. Be aware of that pleasure. 3 more lines. Take it. 3 more lines.
Now come back to your breath. Notice the calmness of your breath, the evenness of your breath, the inhale, the exhale. Open your eyes. Okay, thank you for joining us.
We hope that helped you
Hope
relax.
that you are
Hopefully,
adequately relaxed.
or if you aren't, hopefully that served as some comedic relief for
Yes,
you
we are not
in your
that,
time of distress.
Good at this sort of thing, but hopefully it'll inspire you.
We are not professional.
We're learning individuals.
Okay, let's move on to our next table topic. Then.
Yes.
Okay.
What life lesson did you learn the hard way?
Oh my gosh, my brain is just not up to answering that. What life lesson?
After that meditation, my mind is so
Yeah.
gone.
Do you
right
want to play
now.
charades?
Yeah, let's play
Okay.
charades.
I just, yeah.
Okay. Sounds
Okay,
like
you pick
good
a topic
plan.
and put it on your head, and Grace and I will try to make you guess.
Quick play.
Let's see. Okay.
I'm going to do.
Do you want to come in?
I wonder if I'll know hits of 2000s.
Okay.
2000s is like until 2010-ish, right?
I guess, yeah.
Hopefully I know this.
Are we allowed to talk? Are we allowed to talk?
You have to hum it. TikTok?
Yeah.
Yep.
Oh.
Okay.
Oh, hips don't lie.
I forgot how that goes. I feel like I know it, but I forgot. Next. Oh. Na 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 na.
It's so hard to hum this.
Da na na na. Da na na na. Da na na.
Oh, low?
Yeah. I think that's the one.
Apple bottom
I don't know
jeans,
this.
right?
Yeah.
Okay.
You go. You just said. Do you want to? Okay, next one. Do you know? Don't do it.
Hum it.
I don't want to.
Hum it into the mic.
Come on.
Okay, time's up.
Time is up.
Time's up.
Okay, Grace,
Time
your
is
turn.
up.
Time is up.
No.
Time
Let's
is
do
actually up.
songs.
Yeah, let's
I feel
act
like-
it out. Do act it out.
But like then the radio people can't hear
Okay,
if we act.
let's do.
True.
Are there people
Just do
listening to this on
songs.
the radio?
Wait, Grace, do songs
Let's
because
do-
then people can listen.
Okay, let's do. Where's songs?
Animal impressions.
Oh yeah,
Okay,
that's good too.
Animal Kingdom.
As long as we make sounds.
Okay.
All right,
Down
everybody.
is-
Down is right.
Okay. Hold on.
Okay, wait. I can't. Let me see.
Oh.
Oh. It's like
A horse,
slipping on the ice.
reindeer,
Second part.
deer.
Yeah.
Lit. Can we pass this?
Yeah. What the heck is that?
Pass. Oh, it's like
Ew.
Bee,
but like
Yeah, but like be on sicko mode.
wasp, hornet.
No.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Okay.
on sicko mode.
I don't know what this is.
It's like a black and white bird.
It's really specific.
A puffin.
Okay.
Next. Oh, it's like Little Mermaid vibes.
Flounder?
The other one.
Click clack.
Oh,
other
lobster.
Clack,
No, but like
clack.
beta lobster.
Beta lobster.
Crab?
Yeah.
Beta lobster. Oh, it's
Beta
like
deer.
beta moose.
Beta moose. Beta moose.
What? A donkey?
An elk.
Beta. Oh.
Oh,
Time's up, time's up.
Time's up.
Okay.
Beta moose.
Okay, we're gonna go back to songs.
Beta moose.
Hits of. Wait, which
I
one?
did hits of 2000s.
Where is that? Oh, dance moves. Yes.
Oh my god.
We have to
I know, but you can just describe.
describe the dance moves.
I don't know any.
Money, but with an SH.
Money?
Yeah.
What the
That
heck?
is cheating.
Oh. You
Nay,
watch
nay.
me whip and watch me.
Yeah.
It is.
Great.
Oh, you just
lovely.
passed it.
Okay, whatever. What the heck?
I didn't
Grace, go.
know any of these
You're
dance
a
moves. I don't
bully.
know the name of these dance moves. It's the jerk.
Oh,
I don't know what
wait, teach me how to.
Dougie.
Yeah. I don't even know this move. Fam.
Oh, okay.
Whoop,
Gangnam
whoop,
Style.
yeah,
Iconic.
3-3 time. Oh, cotillion.
Oh,
Dun.
Dashing White Sergeant.
Okay, never mind. I don't know that. Dun.
Waltz.
Yeah.
Okay.
Dashing.
I don't know how to.
Shimmy.
No.
Skip it.
Rumba. Oh, I know the rumba.
Oh. How do we?
What is this? Jazz? Dude, just do this.
Oh,
yeah,
jazz
jazz
hands.
hands.
Oh, guys,
Actually,
actually
start
the
humming
next
Carolyn's
one.
whisper on air.
That's not jazz.
Wait, it just sounded jazzy to me. Okay, I don't think it is. I'm just like memeing. Okay. What should I do? Hits of today?
Yeah,
be like-
sure.
Sure.
Dun 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 dun.
Getting ready.
Face the.
I don't know what this is. Skip it. Go up.
Okay, yeah, that's fine.
Sorry. I forgot.
No.
Oh. Dun 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 dun. Okay, let's do some actions. Dun 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 dun. But another one. Dun dun
Reading.
dun dun.
Crazy party.
Yeah, you know, just skip it.
Work hard, play hard.
Oh my god.
Oh, it's like this.
Wait, just sing the
What am I doing on to Grace?
Sleeping.
What am I doing
All I need is
now?
somebody to.
Oh, lean on.
I'm like squashing her head.
God, yeah. This is.
This
I don't
is.
know how the song goes.
I have the
This is my.
fight song.
Yes,
yeah.
it is. Oh, 1, 2, 3. Something.
ABC.
Now
1,
I'm
2,
da,
3.
da, da, da.
How many?
1, 2.
How many?
Count on.
How much
you.
time till a certain day of the week do you have?
Time.
Yeah. That's not-
5 seconds.
I don't
Oh my gosh.
Till Friday.
Time's up.
Time's actually up. Okay, Grace, your turn.
The time was actually up. Dude, I feel like.
like.
Dude, nobody's gonna understand that.
Yeah. Dude, we have 3 people watching
Wait.
us. Everyone's on holiday. Shout out to if you're watching.
Okay.
Oh, da 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 da. I don't think you'll know this one. It's
You're not
country.
gonna know it. Oh,
Da,
we already did
da,
it.
Da, 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 da.
Yeah.
Oh, you're passing there.
What's it like in New York City?
No. I don't know it.
Hey there, Delilah.
Oh, okay.
Iconic phase of a pop singer. She's like swinging on something. Yeah.
Yeah.
Oh, the snake.
Don't want none unless you got fun.
Out of
Oh,
call.
yeah.
1D.
Da, da, da,
Just
da,
keep
da,
it
da, da.
YOLO
Oh,
vibes.
is it Live Well?
Yeah.
Yeah.
That's
Da,
the
da,
Da 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 da.
Oh.
Da 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 da. Let the waterfall. Da 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 da.
I feel so
Yeah.
close.
Oh no,
Feel
time's
so
up.
close to you.
Dun, 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 dun.
Acapella EDM.
Yo, acapella EDM. We used to like sing in our dorm, and then we just sing acapella EDM, and it'd just be bad.
Oh,
Let's do-
Yeah.
Let's do.
Dun, dun,
Fairy tale. Oh, why is there a science option?
Mitochondria.
Mitochondria. It's
The powerhouse of the cell.
Like,
Pokemon. They have a stop. Please stop. Okay, I need to find one
does
quick.
that feel weird?
Celebrities.
Oh no.
Okay.
What the pass? I don't know this guy. Also pass. Oh,
Cat.
Oh, Jennifer Lawrence.
Jennifer Lawrence. What the? Pass.
Oh.
This guy.
Just pass it.
Pass.
Okay, who?
George
Stephanopoulos.
Um.
I know.
She's
Oh.
related.
We're the Millers.
Yeah, she's
Goth girl.
she's a
Emma.
sister.
Emma Watson. Emma something. Emma.
Close enough.
Okay, yeah.
What is it? Emma Roberts.
What the bum? Okay, next. Thank you, next. This one, I think she's in PLL.
Lucy Hale.
Yeah.
Oh.
Oh, tennis, like, what?
Oh.
Serena.
Yeah.
Venus.
Oh.
Serena.
That's
Time is up.
Time's up.
Whose turn is it?
Mine.
'Kay.
Can we make the time longer?
I don't think so.
You can. Wait.
Can you?
Yeah, you can make it 90 seconds. Or are you making them 120 seconds? Okay, I'll do that. How about... Let's do fairy tales.
Okay.
It's been a while.
Okay, getting ready.
She's like a tiny girl who.
Oh, Thumbelina.
Yeah.
Oh.
Thumb lady.
Oh,
This is the
this
guy
guy
who like wanted gold. So he
spin
was just, like,
gold out of
hay.
he
And
has
he
a
gets
really
rich.
long name.
And and like if you say his name, then you like.
Rumpelstiltskin.
Close it.
What was it? Rumpelstiltskin.
Yeah.
Yeah. Oh, this is like it's like a
Girl
toad.
kisses the frog.
Princess and the Frog.
We just
Yeah.
made it so obvious.
Yeah. Whoops.
Okay, so it's like
there's talking teacups.
and then like
candles.
Alice in Wonder.
No, and then there's like a really big guy who's like.
Oh, Beauty and the Beast.
Yeah.
really.
Okay, let's make it so that we can't say any of the words, the titles.
Okay, so it's basically like this really fatigued girl who like
Picks
just
her
like
finger
stabs
on a-
herself on some like
on the
thing.
Oh,
spinning wheel.
Sleeping Beauty.
Yeah.
Fatigued. girl.
So this is like the domestic form of a leopard, and then like the largest organ on your body.
Cat skin.
Yes.
Yes.
Oh wow. Domestic form of a leopard.
Oh, it's a some
Subreddit.
bird that lays
some
Wait, actually, I don't know
elegant
if I know
bird,
this
which is
one.
like a metallic yellow color.
Isn't
thanks.
it?
The golden goose.
Oh, there's a lamp and a genie.
Oh,
And he's like-
Aladdin.
Yeah. And he's like flying. This is like
Yellow
like Dorothy, and then
Wonderful Wizard
Yeah.
of Oz.
There.
Yeah.
It's like
I don't think I know this.
I don't know that either.
It's a dating app. And,
Tinder box.
Yeah.
oh yeah.
I have no idea what that is.
Hmm.
Oh, okay. So it's like some royalty lady, and then some like thing that you can buy at like IKEA in the frozen food section.
And a bunch of mattresses.
Balls. Oh, peas.
Yeah.
Princess pea mattress sleeping on a pea. Princess and the
Princess and the
Pea.
Pea.
The princess and the meatballs.
The veggie balls.
Veggie balls. I love IKEA veggie balls. They're so good. Dude, have you ever eaten them? They're really good.
No,
if you
I
have
have
See
not,
you talk about it all
I
the
love
time.
IKEA veggie balls.
story.
Somebody bring me like a pack of those and I'll be happy. I would sleep on them forever.
I'll do.
Princess and the Meatball.
Oh God.
Fighting left and right.
Let's do.
What do you think?
I don't know.
Meatball.
Disney characters.
Okay. Yeah, sure.
Oh, my foot's stuck in the chair.
My hands are so cold.
All right.
Okay. Shipyard. It's like one of the things that we just
Yeah.
reenacted. It's like
Roar.
it's like a big
Simba.
a big scary thing that hangs around with pretty
Da-da-da-da, da-da-da-da,
with the teacups.
da-da-da-da-da,
But the big
da-da-da-da.
things, yeah.
Yeah.
Oh, this is like that
She's
bunny
thick.
who's like
Oh,
has red
thick
hair.
bunny.
Jessica.
Yeah.
Rabbit.
Yeah.
Okay.
This is
Be a man,
Reflection.
you must be
Oh.
swift as a coursing river. With the, no, the, but like,
Oh.
but like,
Mulan?
yeah.
Okay.
in the new movie that came out about the cartoons, and
He
this
breaks stuff.
guy with big
Wreck-It
hands.
Ralph.
Yeah,
A guy with big hands.
I don't.
Fam. Nah.
Nah, it's hard. Oh, it's like Lilo and
Stitch.
yeah. Oh, it's one of the dwarves. Just,
When you
just
are
love them
in
and
a-
you'll get it.
Doc.
Yeah, no, you said it.
Oh, okay.
Grumpy.
Dog.
Oh,
This is
the fat
guy.
snorting
Warthog.
pig.
The warthog.
Oh, yeah, warthog.
Yeah. I don't.
Oh, from Pinocchio, like the small bug.
Get pet. Oh, Jiminy.
Yeah. Jiminy. Probably the most normie,
the most
like the
generic character
Mickey.
no,
in every single
normie
like,
guy
princess movie.
who the princess falls in love with.
Prince Charming.
Yeah. They're so generic. The guy who owns hell.
Oh,
Underworld.
Hades.
Yeah. The girl with the long hair.
Rapunzel.
Yeah.
Yes.
Yeah.
It's like the evil lion who pushes
Scar.
Mufasa. Yeah. What the bum?
Okay. I don't know. The guy who flies and is in Toy Story.
Oh,
The purple
To
head.
Above and Beyond.
Yeah. Bouncy tiger.
Bouncy Tiger.
Tiger.
Oh, Tigger.
Bouncy tiger.
Actually, though, that's it.
Ah.
Actually, a Bouncy Tiger. Bouncy Tiger, 100%.
Okay, well, thank you for tuning in to
The
this
song
week.
that we have is Chances by the Strokes. Enjoy.
Thank you.
Thank you. Bye-bye.
Bye. Merry Christmas.
Merry Christmas.